The likes of Hemiso Tabuai, Fido out of action in particular, and some new faces to look at with Trey Fuller coming off the bench, and there he is in jumper 18. There's not a lot of him.
Although they've got losses next to their last 6 rounds, if you go through both teams' form, it's been good. Like, they've been unlucky in games.
That is amazing to think. 3 wins this season. They are favourites for today's game as the Dolphins hit the field here at Condensed Stadium.
As the Tigers make their way up, it's old boys' day here. As I was down there on ground doing the pre-game, all the old Tigers were wandering around the field, the western suburbs.
I guess we'll call it win number 1 in the coaching career of Benji Marshall. The Dolphins get us underway through Jermaine Isako. It's David Norfoluma who makes the catch, and they'll defend the northern end of Condensed Stadium in this first half. He'll undergo surgery in the days ahead and is out for the remainder of 2023. So Graham will see plenty of game time between here and the end of the Dolphins' first campaign. Volley here. There's some footwork at the line. Well stopped though by Bromwich. Twal now trying to push in behind the play the ball and still going. Alex Twal. One more here for Wes. Simpkin gets to dummy half. It comes across where Coruscant puts it in the air. 4 chasers. Riley is there. Laurie also there. It came off Bostock. Back to Uto Ikamanu. It'll be 6 more for the Tigers. They don't need 6 more. Fanua Bole pushing up. He gets the offload. And it's Wes who scored first points here at Parramatta.
And off the back of the mistake from Harrison Graham, too strong. Despite the attention of a couple of Dolphins players, they converge. Originally held the ball up, went past the ref, and Bole scores. Appy kicks the goal, and they're up 6-0, the Tigers.
For a carry. This reshuffled back line. Named to start on the wing, playing in the centres. Now Jennings on the right side gives it to Isako, who has so much speed. Tupou held him up, and then Kapoa finishes him off, covering from the inside. Nikorima goes to O'Sullivan. Short ball here for Aitken. Laurie was there, so was Bole, and they stop him just outside the 30. And Graham to Bromwich, flat pass there to Nichols. Boy, it looked more than flat. I think your reaction tells us what you thought, Brandy. Last play. Now it's Katoa, goes to the line, finds Nikorima, cut-out ball, what a pass! Terrific ball. Nikorima to Isako, and the Dolphins hit straight back.
Well, it was a very impressive set from the Dolphins, and what a pass there from Cody Nikorima. Out the back, Katoa, and then outstretched arms of Junior Tupou just couldn't make contact with the ball. They're under enormous pressure. Tupou hedging his bets, going in between Jennings and Isako to try and get a touch on the ball. The ball was too good. It's too good for all of them.
He's hit them well as well with the boot so far this season. And to emphasise the point, he bends one back. We've got a good one here to kick off the men's action on Super Saturday. See what they can offer here as Laurie hands it off. Sean Blore charging hard, suffered a concussion back a few weeks ago against South Sydney. Missed the subsequent game against the Raiders, which the Tigers went down narrowly. Another narrow loss last week to the Warriors, which had sort of Tim Sheen's quite upset at times in the media conference. Twal, Coruscant finds Laurie, beats Tessie New, almost lost it there in the tackle of O'Sullivan, but he hangs on to it just. Simpkin comes back to Bateman, who shows it, keeps it going to Coruscant. Now through the middle, Buller makes an incision. He gives it to Kapoa. He'll reach out. The Tigers are in again. Lovely hands from the right-hand side, back through the middle, beginning with Bateman.
Yeah, we've been talking about the form of Cody Nikorima at the back for the Dolphins. So what about this man, Jareem Buller? Outstanding play there. Realised he didn't have the speed to get into the corner. Dolphins defence coming across and just turned him back on the inside. Beats Jennings. Beautiful little pass back on the inside, and Kapoa, enormous strength to step out of that tackle and get himself to the goal line. Just watch Buller move. That's brilliant. Katoa had him wrapped up. And Kapoa did a good job to cut back on the inside, realised that space was back on the inside.
Much better than his career success rate in 2023, the chances he's had. And he drills this one as well. Makes 4 into 6. And the Tigers lead the Dolphins, Lara, 12 points to 6. What a player he is. Ricky Coruscant's played his entire career in the middle of the field. And as a lightweight at that. His low tackling a real feature of his play as well. Some changes here for the Dolphins. Jared Wallace out there now. Likewise, J.J. Collins. And now Nikorima showing it. Comes back on the inside for Kafusi. Who will play it eventually just outside the 30. Graham waits. Finds Wallace. Now O'Sullivan straight into a space. He goes to Aitken. He'll get away from Bateman. Lovely work by O'Sullivan to put himself in between defenders. Bateman couldn't get to him, and the Dolphins once again, as they did off the Tigers' first try.
He's got this in his game, Sean O'Sullivan. Just when you think he's going to pass the ball, he'll throw the dummy and run. I've seen him catch so many defenders out. And I think that's what puts Sean O'Sullivan, he's not in that top echelon of halfback, but he's in the next list. You know, he's a player that keeps the defence honest. He will run the ball, and that if you haven't got a running game as a halfback, well, you shouldn't be a halfback. Out the back, and he does it on a regular occurrence. Throws the dummy too quick for Bateman on the inside. Picks up Ewan Aitken, who's back from a knee injury, got that right knee heavily strapped. But Sean O'Sullivan complements the kicking and the organising with a very clever running game.
Just the show and go, and the speed just burns John Bateman and Ewan Aitken. Trey Fuller put his body on the line, turned it over. Coruscant has it. The mistake gives West a big chance. Papalini for the line. Held up, but only just.
Coming into one, mate. Yeah, Darren, let me deal with him, mate. Matty, I have no try. He loses the ball, but I don't know whether he gains it, and I just want to check the grounding if he does, mate.
Well, they put a bomb up down that short side. Trey Fuller came flying through. Looked like he collected the ball, but dropped it when he hit the ground. The Tigers, through Dane Laurie, he broke a tackle, flicked it out to that man. Well, he's lost the ball clearly.
The ball comes loose. We're just seeing if there's any action by Ewan Aitken.
It's at this venue where we saw that situation a couple of weeks back with Clint Gutherson. And we'll work it down here to just outside the 30, where Nikorima comes midfield. Wallace goes to Katoa. Kafusi there spinning, running to Happy Coruscant. It's all the K's today. Wallace, O'Sullivan, goes to Ewan Aitken, who will play it here just outside the 10. 4 tackles gone in this set. Nikorima. To the middle was O'Sullivan. Kafusi trying to fend away from Coruscant. He's around the legs with Kapoa over the top as well. And here is the last. Long ball back to O'Sullivan. It kicks wide. Norfoluma. A couple of glances. Bostock makes the catch and plants it down for the Dolphins. Try number 1 in the NRL career of the 19-year-old from Shell Harbour. Jack Bostock puts the Dolphins in front.
Well, he's got great height, hasn't he? He's a tall boy, Jack Bostock. Really gave the Tigers no chance. They gave Norfoluma no chance to take this ball. Just watch him, Bostock, turn his back. Very hard for David Norfoluma to get up and make any attempt to take that ball, even to put him off. And the height of Bostock gave him a great advantage against David Norfoluma in that situation. On the spot kick there from Sean O'Sullivan. I'm sure they've checked onside because he was very deep, O'Sullivan. But try confirmed, so that's all okay. What a start from the Dolphins. What a start. Whatever was said at half-time, it worked. Their execution, the first set, they travelled 70 metres.
Riley comes to Fuller, taken down by O'Sullivan. A chance to score on debut. Now, Safer, crash ball, he reaches out. The Tigers are back in front.
Which might have helped him back his way into the defence and make him such a hard tackle for Josh Kerr.
So O'Sullivan, who missed a portion of the season, of course, with a pec muscle injury. Able to get back to this back end of the season. The penalty puts his team focus here of the Tigers' attack. And it's Safer who heads towards the uprights. Again going close. Having scored just minutes ago, he'll play to meter out. Here's Clement now trying to replicate what Safer did. Set restart here for Wes. Simpkin from dummy half. He'll reach out. A big gap on the outside there of Jared Wallace. Simpkin follows Safer's lead. The Tigers go back to back. And again, the lead is a converted try.
The one-on-one, and he was able to slip past. I think it was Jared Wallace. Just couldn't get himself infield enough to make the play.
Been some great late bloomers getting a chance so far in 2023, haven't there? Trey Fuller amongst them now. Dean Madison just recently getting a chance. The Manly Sea Eagles also, as Nicarima puts it back on the inside. The beauty of expansion. More jobs to be had. Now O'Sullivan comes to Nicarima. Out the back, here is Fuller. Beats Kapoa off the right foot. Went past Coruscant. Went past everybody. Oh, Trey Fuller. Take a bow. What an effort to score on debut for the Dolphins. And there is a proud coach who gives the 26-year-old his chance today. He wrapped him enormously in our pre-game show right here.
Got him behind them, but this one he beat 3 defenders on his way to the try line. Step, beats a tackle, steps at Coruscant, gets past Bolle and takes Jareem Buller into the in-goal area. That is spectacular. Doesn't matter, 5'6", 5'7", he can move. What balance to stay on his feet after the Kapoa tackle. Beats Appy twice, gets past Papali'i. So he's beaten those slouches there on his way to his debut try. And on the afternoon, Wayne Bennett said, I think he's the most courageous footballer I've seen in 40 years. That's a big rap. He's a little man, but he's talented.
As we said earlier on, when good footballers come out of there, and now Trey Fuller here, a late bloomer, scores the try, converted by Jermaine Asako from the sideline.
Who has excited everyone here, even Tigers fans, at CommBank Stadium.
That's an example of the courage that Wayne Bennett was talking about there, just putting his body on the line, back through the middle. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Just outside the 30. 2 for 4 today, but he gobbles these up. A simple kick for him, and we're locked up here, just under 13 minutes remaining. 2 real live wires coming together. Goes back to O'Sullivan. Here's Asako, midfield, wants to take the lead, and has. Asako with the 1-pointer. Makes it Dolphins 23, Tigers 22.
Plenty of time to kick the field goal. No pressure coming through. Bolle a long way from him, and Asako strikes it beautifully.
Back in the Brisbane competition. Coruscant goes short. A real variation, and it works for the Tigers. Tupou, well, he was tackled.
Dragged him there. That's why he's
had to be a penalty to Wes. Pythagoras still rules. Here is Coruscant. Does he have the legs? Off the crossbar. He kicked it. Off the crossbar. He kicked it 40 metres and 10 centimetres. Backs himself just like his coach would want him to do. It hits the crossbar and is good.
Well, he has done it all this afternoon at Coruscant.
And what drama there was to get them home here today. But the Marshall era, the Benji Marshall era for the Tigers begins with a victory. There is perhaps magic